Hey guys, Justin here. Welcome you to Essential Anime. We are on episode 15 and today we're going to continue our coverage and I'm going to be talking about one of my favorite mech animes which has great storytelling, wonderful music, brilliant character progression. The characters actually age within the series over 80 plus episode series. Has lost movies. And it has a couple of movies as well that ties into it. So, if you guys don't know what mech anime I'm talking about, I am talking about no other than Robotech. And I am not going to do a Robotech versus Macross debate. I am not going to do it. Yes, there are certain things that's in the American version that were cut out from the Japanese, that was cut from the original Japanese cut. Such as Min-May's extra song, I believe, and I think there was a longer shower scene or blood when it comes to Roy Fokker. So let us talk a little bit about Robotech. So, as always, here's a brief synopsis. Robotech is a sweeping science fiction anime epic of humans defending their home world against alien domination. The saga is told through the eyes of characters caught up in a series of wars that erupt when a mysterious spacecraft crash and lands on Earth at the turn of the new millennium. The secrets of the alien knowledge aboard this vessel were unlocked, leading to the development of Robotechnology and the creation of a vast arsenal of robotic mecha to defend the Earth against the alien threats that will eventually strike by the lay claim to the mysterious power source known as protoculture. This is a groundbreaking sci-fi epic, has enthralled audiences for decades since first appearing in American television in 1985. One of the first ever anime imports, this saga spans several generations of mankind fighting for freedom. Love Robotech. Love Robotech. Now, Robotech is divided into 3 sagas. Like, you know how, or for those who are new to anime, we call them arcs now, but back in the days we used to call them sagas, like Frieza Saga, Cell Saga, and stuff like that. Now, these days, people call it the Cell arc or the Frieza arc. We used to call them sagas back in the day, us 80s babies, or before then. So Robotech is divided into 3 sagas. You have the MACROSS SAGA, you have the, the MACROSS SAGA, you have the Robotech Master Saga, and then you have the new generation, or what I like to call the Invid Saga. And my favorite one out of the 3 sagas is hands down the MACROSS SAGA. The first saga to me was always the best. I thought the characters were way better. Just the feel and the stakes were a little bit more higher. And of course you got some great production and some great music, thanks to the character of Min-May. And just let me talk a little bit about the Robotech and why it's such an essential anime. As I read, it is one of the first ever, I'm going to put this down for you guys because it's kind of heavy. It's one of the first anime imports that came to the US. It's such a brilliant series because this is an adult anime. I mean, kids can watch it, and I don't mean like an adult way, like, oh my god, there's nudity, stuff like that. It's just the way the themes are. This theme is centered on war, especially in the Macross Saga. We have the Zentradi, which is the alien forces going against the humans because they're all looking for the formula for protoculture and the Robotech technology. So you have this theme of war. You have how war affects the humans, the Earthlings, and how it brings them together, tears them apart, and there's so much commentary on war on this one, which is really great, especially with Min-May's cousin Kyle, who really is he represents I wouldn't call him too much of a 60s hippie, but he represents some of that ideology of anti-government, anti-soldiers, anti-war, and everything else. But the ironic part is he needs the soldiers to help him survive because they're the ones facing the Zentradi forces. So there's a nice double-edged commentary sword right there. It's like, yes, war is bad, but at the same time, in this world, it's necessary in order for us to survive and us to continue to exist as human beings. And one of the great things is that this does have a love story, but the love story is so well written that it flows. There is a fluidity to it. Like, you have a love triangle between Lisa Hayes and Rick Hunter and Lin May, but the love triangle is there, but it doesn't dominate the overall core arc, which is the Zentradi and how war is affecting the people on the SDF-1, which is their ship. So Robotech, you guys, definitely has to be in your collection, and I would recommend it to get all of it. Just to talk a little bit about the second two arcs, the other two arcs, the Robotech Masters, it leads off right after, a couple of years after the MACROSS Saga, and you get a whole new character, which is Dana Starling, and she is the daughter, oh my god, my bad, oh, blooper. Dana is the daughter of one of the Zentradi forces and one of the Earth forces. I'm not going to go too deep into it, but what I did like about everything is that you get to see the characters continue to grow and progress, and as more new generations come, you start to see the effects of the previous series, which is the MACROSS Saga, and how things developed and everything else. Robotech also has a span of various movies. They had this thing called Robotech the Lost Movie, which I think they finally digitally restored, and this is where you get the songs. For those who know what I'm talking about, you get the songs like Saved by Science, Call on Me. The music production is just phenomenal. Let me talk a little bit about that, not to just keep jumping back and forth, but the music production is really, really good in this. I mean, May in the MACROSS Saga, you have all these songs from My Time to Be a Star, It's You, which one? Oh, To Be in Love, of course, and of course, We Will Win, which is the highlight, which is the song that you hear throughout the entire series once it drops, and it's just such a great production. I cannot stress how much I love Robotech and what Robotech did for me. I was a huge fan of it growing up, watching it on the Sci-Fi channel when it used to air there, I believe. And when it came to DVD, when DVDs started getting more popular, I grabbed it immediately. I demanded it for Christmas. So I was like, you gotta get me the Robotech DVDs. You have to get me the Robotech DVDs. And I collected them all one by one by one by one by one. And just watching it and just seeing just a character study of how Rick Hunter goes from this cocky, naive pilot to just this mature young man, and how war not hardened him a little bit, but war changed him. War changed Lin May, made her mature. War changed Lisa Hayes. I mean, that's all she knows, and love changed Lisa Hayes as well. So it's just a really great story, guys. This, if you like character-driven animes, this one is definitely the one for you. So make sure you add Robotech to your collection. This is Justin from OtakusGeeks.com saying, later days, catch you on the next one.